much money and disappear as fast as they showed up to the scene to begin with. These two champions could really take over the game.
And there's the scaling power farmer for power stages. Actually, let's see if they're going to go for a delayed invade here. They do have a sweeper on Ignar, but since he's so far back, they're not going to get any extra value out of it and start up on the Raptor counter jungle.
We've got a Raptor battle here at level 1. Blabber down to 200 HP using the smite. Now has to flash away. Blabber, what are we even fighting for those 4 man? It's chickens. Flyquest just won.
Yeah, sticking in there, trying to fight for the big chicken. He won the battle, but he lost the war, and Santorin's not done.
They are not stopping anytime soon. Santorin leading the charge. He hits him with the big old W from the Lilia. That's the set. What made them so impressive was how they worked as a team, how everybody was always just working together and making these plays that no other team
at all. And it is about the later stages. Early on, Shenstand United could be a big determining factor, especially towards bottom side.
Okay, Lilia's showing up down here. So is Azir. Nice job there on the ultimate. As Sven is towered over by 4 people on Flyquest. They sent the whole...
by kind of cutting off the resources for your opponents and the reinforcements for your opponents. So you generally do want to have a power play where you use both at the same time.
Flyquest contesting this Rift Herald, stealing it away. Blabber tries to escape, but here comes Lilia with the sleep. Over the wall, Cloud9's jungler remains alive, but no longer Kobe. It's Power of Evil grabbing himself his
get the last hit on this Rift Herald steal, and Santorin's able to pick it up. Just further snowballs it. Here goes Twisted Fate.
Lilia could be in a little bit of trouble, but Santorin is immediately turning things right back around on to Niski. Santorin down to 300 HP. Remember, Blabber has no ulti for this. He's going to be taken very, very low, and there go the soldiers. There's a 1-for-1. Ignar's still here in the fight. That's going to skew it in favor of Flyquest here yet again. This Azir is 3-0-2 at 11 minutes.
Because Flyquest used a defensive boots because you get to keep that movement speed in combat, and a lot of supports have kind of given up on the mobility boot number 3, but since there's so many members grouped up, it gets a lot of extra armor and magic resistance.
Cloud9 in a real rough spot. Solo going for the taunt onto Licorice, gets him underneath the turret, takes 75% of his health there.
Yeah, pretty good use of that, but Fate Nocturne.
Nice dogpile coming in from Cloud9 to make it so Solo ends up getting punished underneath the turret. He's going to lose out on a couple waves of minions here, and with turret plating now falling, Cloud9 can easily get enough distance in time and walk away.
And on the top side, meanwhile, with their strong side of the map here, Flyquest will answer and get that top side is Muramana transformation, but they would not want to fight third dragon here. They kind of have to hold off until it's actually soul fight, or even give up the soul in favor of something like Baron control, because they simply fusion to make sure he gets the last hit and walks away with the red buff there from the enemy jungle. Yeah, now is the stage where Vladimir really starts
out the ward. Goes the Duskbringer. Oh no, the chain CC is there. He goes into the stopwatch trying to stay alive. Flash away into a defensive paranoia. Licorice looking to turn things around. They've got the kill onto Santorin here to start things off. Licorice getting himself away. Yuumi ult going to keep Flyquest at bay, but the Sand Soldiers will continue seeking more damage. Cloud9 turn this into a good play for themselves. It's Flyquest who bite off more than they can chew. And
they can't do this.
It's not the best situation, but as time marches forward, we will see Power. Flyquest is really trying to focus him pretty hard this game. Also wants to be able to jump in there with the paranoia and not just immediately get killed. Speaking of which, the ulti is cast. Redemption coming down now. Cloud9 going in. Blabber looking to start things off. Power of Evil getting himself away. Volley going to be fired off. Blabber's already into the grave. Licorice is down. It's a 1-for-1 trade as Blabber respawns, only to find himself right back in the dirt. Solo goes for the taunt flash, and he will find his mark. Ben tries to get away, but Power of Evil's got a double kill. Ezreal's heading for the hills, but they're the wrong hills. He's running back towards the base of Flyquest. Solo continues to chase. Power of Evil and Wild Turtle following up behind. But Sven has been able to kite away from this successfully so far. He goes up the wall. He tries to make the Chad play, but it's just a bad play. And Flyquest will find themselves an 8.
Lose out diving into Flyquest. Turtle had picked up the Executioner's Calling. He annihilated Licorice in the attempted dive there.
Now Flyquest is all wearing purple. This team is pushing down the mid lane. They're ready to go. You can see the damage chart in the last team fight. Ezreal's looking pretty good. Vlad did okay, but not a lot of damage coming out from the rest of the squad.
At the sight of the Dragon Soul, but the Dragon Soul is actually the least of the rewards that Flyquest get for it. The biggest rewards are all the gold for the 5 kills they got and the Baron that they got afterwards. Here's the attempt from Cloud9.
Blabber's going in after Power of Evil, but the Stand United will show up to make sure that he's kept alive. Yuumi ulti also goes through. Licorice going in now, dropping down that ulti, but Power of Evil is going to be pulled to safety, barely going to be kept alive. Turtle goes on a rampage, and Blabber goes right back into the fountain yet again, like it or not. Santorin making sure that he's in the middle of these fights here on the Lilia, stirring up all kinds of trouble with those blooming blows. That one is a fun name to say.
Good case for himself here. I know there's so much discussion about first team all-pro jungler from the regular split, and this time around, you know, number 2 versus number 1 was to, you know, pick their moment very wisely here. As Power of Evil, while he's on the front, he does have that QSS that you mentioned. Arrow does land.
Paranoia used defensively to make sure Flyquest don't follow up on that potential pick. And now the fight's breaking out. It's Blabber looking to go for Power of Evil here yet again. But Solo is right there protecting his ally as Turtle's able to deal with Licorice. The fight has split into 2 halves. Flyquest have managed to kill off the enemy top laner, and Power of Evil with 3 auto attacks kills Blabber yet again. Ignar showing up with the shields to keep his mid laner alive. Try as they might, Cloud9 will never kill Power of Evil, and Flyquest will run down the remaining players on the Cloud9 side. They'll smack the Ezreal, they'll bop that loop pinata Yuumi that popped on out of them, and now they're marching towards the Nexus turrets. Flyquest in 30 minutes will put all of that 7-0 this year talk to rest. They will win their first game of the year against Cloud9, and they will start this series off 1-0.
Let it be known, Captain Flowers, nobody beats Flyquest 8 games in a row. Statement game here from Flyquest, coming out with a jungle, you know, Lee Sin and Assassin mid lane. There's plenty of defensive summoners for Sven and Vulcan, but they might be able to blow some here if they step out of line.
Ignar going for it. Flash into the flame. Death sentence afterwards. Santorin, what are you doing, man?
Did he not see the cleanse? Sven gets off.
Just had the back. He was completely out of mana. No way he could have contested anything about this. And with Vulcan and Niski also rotating over to help, Cloud9 will grab that first Drake here.
All right, and with Cloud Drake being the first ones, they know that that can't be the soul, so it's going to be with a higher value souls. Ignar.
Oh, we are not done yet. It's time for a fight as Blabber goes for the kick flash and then tries to escape, but Turtle is after him. Looks for a little bit more damage here with the auto attack. He's going to be traded away 1 for 1. Ignar looking to escape now as they're after him in full pursuit. It's Cloud9 going after the kills, but Niski is popped by Power of Evil. As the reinforcements have arrived, it's a double kill for Santorin. The bear is there. He may have made a mistake in the bottom lane, but he just don't care. Look at the plays coming out here from Flyquest, making sure they turn things around and come out on. Actually, the Volley Bear topping the damage charts in that last team fight. Nearly 1,500 damage coming out of the Flyquest jungler. As Cloud9 move in to contest the Rift Trail. Remember in game number 1, it was Flyquest stealing away from them. Blabber going to be chain CC'd up against the wall. A beautiful play from Ignar to make sure he's not able to escape. Niski is jumping around and throwing those stars all over the place. He will not be able to find his mark and instead killed for the...
Still with control of the map. Santorin now comes out for another play with Ignar.
Ignar once again, the man in charge of making the setup happen. But with the Ezreal escaping with the flash, this is a beautiful turnaround now from Cloud9. Licorice's ulti providing the opportunity for the counterplay there. Turtle walking forward, trying to block for Ignar, but now it's Sven able to take the kill and continue posturing. Power of Evil popping off here. Still a dead even game in terms of gold, though. So although the past couple of fights have gone the way of Flyquest, it's Cloud9 that are still doing well in this game with massive CS leads in the top lane and also respectable leads in both jungle and bottom. Oh my goodness, he got dumped.
Yeah, stomp here from Sid.
Flyquest with that 1,000 gold lead thanks to knocking over the turret. Feeling good about that Rift Herald usage yet again. It makes me so happy. It warms my heart, Kobe, to see teams using Rift Herald correctly and not summoning it up too early and just being like, all right, we got 2 plates, run away. Now, we'll see if Cloud9 can make this dive happen onto Solo here. Blabber, Sven, and Vulcan all hanging out as Ignar and Power of Evil go for the kill onto Niski underneath the tier 2 turret in the bottom lane. Chain procs. Niski is out of there. Man, Flyquest is the bully squad today. Game number 1, they're bullying Blabber. Game number 2, they're bullying Niski. Solo with some beautiful play in the top side, trying to outplay the 3-man dive. He won't quite make it happen, but
the places that the gold is in look pretty good for the LeBlanc-Shen combination. Of course, Cloud9 are still going to be looking at Sven on the Ezreal.
Okay, Rift Herald number 2. This is the fight. Flyquest going in. Blabber getting himself away, but Santorin jumps right back into the fight. Power of Evil is taken very low. Solo looking to find the kill onto Blabber. Yuumi keeping him alive. Power of Evil still looking to get himself away as Turtle has to flash. Niski's going to be kited. Power of Evil coming back in looking for the damage, but now he may have put himself in the wrong spot. He did! Shut down for Sven, and Cloud9 take that fight. 750 gold to the Ezreal.
They're still looking at Sven Flowers, and he's
Niski's perfect execution and make sure Turtle stayed alive. Without that, like Flyquest should be able to secure this one free of charge. 2-shot barrage is coming through, but Licorice, Santorin will show up to join the fight here momentarily. Taunt comes through, and Solo gets his first kill of the game.
And maybe Cloud9 ready.
All right, here we go. It's Santorin starting up the fight. This is what I was talking about. Sven is the guy you got to go after. Santorin up into the air looking for the damage. Blabber's going to be killed off, and Sven's into the picture now as well. Niski tries to make something happen on the back end of the fight, but Flyquest have already got so much work done. Niski is gone. Loop Pinata makes it a 2-for-1, baby. Rack up all them deals. And Flyquest, they'll take off.
I want to see if they go for the reset or they try and what they feel about this dragon. This dragon is not even setting themselves up, at a possible fight.
The whole story of that fight is how the bottom laners had no summoner spells. That previous engagement in the bottom lane where they had to spend everything ended up being the difference maker. Dragon now secured by Blabber and Cloud9. Flyquest have moved into position, but Santorin's going to be killed off immediately. Ignar now going to be in some trouble. Wild Turtle having to get away, but Cloud9, they've found 2, and they're looking for even more. Power of Evil is down. The entire Baron has been wasted. Flyquest just ran it down the jungle, and Cloud9 will absolutely decimate that fight.
This is the LCS, Flowers. Welcome to North America. The action just doesn't stop. 25 minutes in, Flyquest get Baron, and they get wiped off the map.
There's 15 seconds until Wild Turtle and Ignar are back alive. 5 seconds on Santorin. Cloud9 are continuing to push. They are not stopping yet. They're on to Nexus turret number 1. That one should fall here. Will they want to continue this push any further? Santorin is the only man alive. 2 more now respawn on the side of Flyquest. Cloud9 have lost their jungler and have overcommitted to this here at the start. Santorin and Turtle and Ignar still chasing them down. Damage onto their opponents. Over the wall comes Power of Evil with a little bit more damage himself. Flyquest are still chasing after this. Arrow only lands onto Licorice, who has the oranges to get away. Ignar's now going to be killed off. Turtle 2. Flyquest with some critical errors in these past 5 minutes. Solo will drop as well. Niski with Vulcan on top of him leads the charge. Power of Evil goes over the wall to find a kill on the Cloud9 mid laner, but now the remainder of Cloud9 will continue going after that remaining Nexus turret.
They're trying to end, Flowers. They're trying to end.
Trying to get back into the base, but he can't do anything. Licorice with the TP to join up with Sven and Vulcan, and Cloud9 turn this game around after Flyquest take a Baron and tie this series up 1-1.
This game's just running on pure adrenaline.
To have, especially when you're not seeing him all the time. He's not particularly. That was very important because it means Flyquest weren't able to just steal this buff away cleanly. Over the wall goes Ignar. Remember, Sven's got no flash, and that is a level 1 Ezreal. Click, click, boom, with the shotgun in the face. Vulcan tries to get away, and he will. No concern for Santorin here. He knows he's got this one on lock. Even if the air Drake does do more damage than the other kinds of Drakes, Santorin gets it like a quick burst there with Senna, being able to have the auto-Q auto just having so much damage up front like that. Go to sleep! Niski with the bubble down onto Solo. A very nice cast coming out from Blabber, but now the counterattack comes through, and Power of Evil is looking to make the plays. He will not find the shuffle onto the desired target. He will catch Licorice instead, and now the Stand United is coming in. Santorin has backup, and Power of Evil has a kill. Flyquest in a 2-0 game as Ignar is going after Blabber with the flash into the dredge line. This is some Chad support play right here. Going in 1 versus 2, trying to secure the kill. Unfortunately, he's got no damage. He can't do it. But man, his heart was in
this team for so long, putting in so much work. And now that he's on the Graves, on with the carry champions, definitely big moves for Flyquest. They're stacking up Dragon number 2 at just over 11 minutes. Pretty quick pace for themselves. Definitely in line with what they're working for.
Definitely against Zoe. Like, I can't really interact with him. So used by Licorice to clear away that minion wave. He wants to protect this tier 2 if he can, but you know, I want him up to a 2,500 gold lead. Blabber has farmed the enemy Grump. He's popped the Predator. He's up here in the top lane, looking to help Sven and Vulcan make this kill. Blabber, the one who takes the kill credit there. Sven was out of mana, so Cushion Solo with a sidestep away from the barrel. Blabber with a nice flash with that body slam. Also predicting the flash from Solo, making sure he hits him with the barrel. Well played from the Cloud9 jungler.
Blabber Grog.
And now, out of the replay, we're right back into the current state of the game, which is a dragon fight. And Ignar is starting it off, jumping in, but Santorin is already dead. It is tragedy for Flyquest, losing their jungler at the start of the fight. Yeah, Solo's in the back line, but it does not matter. The rest of the team is not able to follow up. Blabber's ulti will not put Wild Turtle in a tough spot that time around. But man, Santorin just got absolutely
into that Nautilus with Shen Ultimate on him. Right around the edge. Gangplank Ultimate and Sven on the Ezreal. Scoots to the side. He snipes around, is able to just burst that soul point. So they're looking for more cooldowns before it starts.
Here we go. Power of Evil. He gets the ulti on Niski, going after the kill here. Stasis keeps Niski alive. Here comes the rest of the firepower as Wild Turtle makes sure he's contributing to the fight. Santorin looking to get away, but the Sleepy Trouble Bubble will make sure this fight is a 1-for-1. Ignar now eating some damage from Sven. Remember, Power of Evil already used the ulti to kick things off here against Niski. Wild Turtle has now finally joined the fight in earnest, but he's going to be knocked closer to Cloud9. Blabber doing some good work here with these ultimates, barely getting himself away, baiting Power of Evil in, and Cloud9 can continue their chase. Ignar's still got good HP, but the rest of the team cannot say the same. Sven continues the chase. A nice Mystic shot placement to get the kill into Wild Turtle, make it a double on Solo, and the Mountain Drake will spawn just in time for C9 to knock it down.
This is where it's so fun to play Ezreal Yuumi. Sven is just a juggernaut right now. He flashes over the Senna snare, just chasing him under turret. He's going to finish them off, take that bait, but Power of Evil's right next to him.
Power of Evil with the ulti to immediately begin the fight. Licorice tries to escape. He uses the flash to kite through his own ultimate. Licorice is getting away. Power of Evil's about to take a nap. The QSS wakes him back up. Niski's not going to find the mark there with a paddle star, but he doesn't even need to do it. Power of Evil is down. So is Solo. This game is just completely out of
blowing out harassment.
And that's a Baron for the side of Cloud9 as that lead
play necessary there. Iceborne Gauntlet slows with the constant damage and speed up. Makes it very easy.
Power goes in. Now they're looking for a kill. That's a pretty big pick onto Niski. Well done.
Against the first hits from some of this poke, but in the sustained fights, Cloud9 does have has a big advantage.
It was just too ready for what was going on, but Cloud9 with their mid laner back alive will now use the remaining 60 seconds, the Baron buff, to push towards his tier 3 turret in the mid lane.
Then just Flyquest know they've got to go for a hard engage.
Evo again, I swear, this is a broken record every single time. Flyquest is making a move. It's Power of Evil coming in from the side with the Shurima Shuffle to kick off the fight. The cost was the mid lane tier 3 turret is down. Mid lane inhibitor under pressure. Flyquest going in. Ignar flash to the dredge line, and Sven will be destroyed in this fight. Cloud9 will lose their AD carry, and that is another big pick team whatsoever. Flyquest with control over the river right now. So they might face check. If Solo's able to grab this taunt, that could be really huge. Here comes your Shurima Shuffle. More CC coming through. Sven's going to be killed. That is the start that Flyquest was hoping and praying for. Vulcan wants to get away, but Turtles got him in his sights. Cat versus gun. I'm taking the gun every time. Licorice dies now as well. And Flyquest just found 3 for nothing.
3 for nothing and a Mountain Soul right after for themselves. There's not even a possible answer with Baron from Cloud9 because 3 members of Cloud9 got chased down.
Blabber will try to contest this. 3,000 HP on the Drake. True Shot Barrage coming in. Cast over the wall. Baron is secured.
And placing those pixel brush of your own. Be very careful about putting it in the very edge if you want full vision of the ramp.
Blabber's going in. Power of Evil is the target here, but now Blabber's in some trouble. Ignar tanking on the front line, but Niski's able to grab the kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Jungler for support. Ignar's out of the picture, and so is Blabber, but Flyquest will continue to push down the mid lane here. The Cloud9 tier 1 turret in mid is still standing. 35 minutes shot at taking the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, one of the areas that people most often criticize for Power of Evil as a player, they always look at, oh, but does he roam enough? Does he play with the team enough? And that has been one of the things that he has really shown in this series, even on champions, you know, like Azir. So let's get right back into it, baby.
We're back in the game, man. I had forgotten what Summoner's Rift looks like. Here we go. Everybody in the Twitch chat, we are back on board. Huge thank you to all the people behind the scenes working to make this thing run, especially with the difficulties of a remote show. I know that it's so incredibly difficult to make everything run smoothly, so huge thanks to everybody. Again, will Power of Evil be able to successfully navigate around here and get one of those big engages? Nautilus ulti coming down onto Sven. He did not have to use the flash to get away. Ignar's going in, but remember, there's no stone plate here on the Nautilus. He is so easy to just destroy without that extra tankiness. Solo is
with Sven trying to flash over again the Senna snare, doesn't get over it this time, and they actually get the counter kill. Here we go. Let's resume the thrilling conclusion of this team fight.
Back into the fight. Turtle's able to grab the kill onto Sven. Going ham, don't work. Power of Evil, now the kill in retaliation. Cloud9, they lose their AD carry. They take out
this 10th stage of the game. Elder Dragon on the board here for Cloud9. They do have Smite ready, but Santorin also has Smite, and he's got a Spell Shield and dash available to get over the wall. Pick onto Solo.
Oh, Solo is taking so much damage, but Turtle's able to show up and keep him alive here a little bit. Nice chain CC coming out. Santorin going in. Collateral damage with the kill. Flyquest picking up a big kill onto the Cloud. With his rapid fire cannon proc, he shot Sven from 1,000 units away. That's so much range on this Senna. Cloud9 is nowhere at that armor and make sure he is just doing massive bursty damage to anybody he sets his sights on Cloud9. True Shot Barrage will find a little bit of damage onto the Flyquest players, but Wild Turtle with the auto attack takes down that tier 3 turret. Remember, the tier 3 turret in the bottom lane also fell earlier, so 2 inhibitors are exposed. Flyquest has only half HP on Santorin, about 2/3 on Power of Evil, so they do have to be mindful if Cloud9 goes for some sort of a big
West, keeping the pressure on Cloud9. This, see now,
Ignar's going in, Blabber's the target, goes into stasis to stop the follow-up damage from coming through. Ignar tanking up there on the front line here yet again. Blabber with stasis on top of stasis. My man is going golden, and he's going right back to the fountain to try to heal up, down to about 10% HP. Flyquest, they don't get the kill onto the enemy jungler. Cloud9, they managed to wait it out long enough that the Elder Drake disappeared, and that means Flyquest didn't get the execution to secure the kill. Flyquest now backing as a unit. 5 purple beams reach up into the sky, and they're all gone.
And
no Elder, no Baron on them means Cloud9 is able to use Gangplank to clear a lot of these waves away. And Blabber is not going to keep himself alive with a stasis that time. Flyquest with a pick onto the enemy jungler means now they're able to continue pushing, looking for even more. Sven gets himself away. Santorin's nearly going to be killed off, but the Stand United will make sure he doesn't lose that Guardian Angel. And now Cloud9's Nexus is under threat. Flyquest is going for the win, and Flyquest will take the third game.
Long have we awaited. Ball delivery systems.
Grind.
That's true. I had to chat up. He's a little bit more powerful. Dragon being taken here by Cloud9, or excuse me, by Flyquest.
Blabber is paying so much attention to this top side of the map. He's going to get a solo kill onto Solo here. Doesn't end up being a solo kill after all. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble from Niski will make sure he gets assist money, and everything's working out there. To the Shen right before he died.
It's honestly big, you know. It's team extra 50% gold on that kill.
Yeah, it's 200 more gold than you would have otherwise got, as Solo's in some trouble yet again. Cloud9 is just focusing this man over and over. That tent emote, thing he needs to go on a wilderness excursion, and my man has been camping since the start of the game.
Yeah, it seems like Solo's going to have much fun in this game. And we said in game number 1, Flowers, they're going to keep picking it. Well, Stand United comes in.
Stand United trying to make the play here. Nice. Gets the taunt onto Niski, and Solo gets himself on the board. He is tired of being picked on. He is the one now picking on others. You cannot outplay the point and click. Sven running away. He's going to go over the wall probably, but Solo is right here waiting. Taunt over the wall looking for the kill. Sven is gone. Santorin's chasing down the cat. Power of Evil will fall to Licorice. Vulcan trying to stay alive. He's ulting all on his lonesome. That cat is on the run. He's homeward bound, but he's going down. Niski and Licorice, the last 2 men standing. Solo trying to keep these guys in place while the rest of the team comes around. Flyquest will not get these last 2 kills.
And they're able to get it. Here we go. Root onto him.
Okay, but the suppression down onto Sven, keeping him controlled, and Flyquest finds the kill onto the enemy AD carry. Now the shields are coming out from Ignar, keeping Power of Evil alive, and just
kind of the boots of swiftness here for the extra speed in combat works as well for him, so still can provide that engage they're looking for with the Volibear. Dragon number 3 racked up.
Around and wait. They don't want to do a dance for it. They want to force the issue and make Flyquest respond.
They need
Santorin still with that ulti ready to go here on the Volibear. Does Flyquest try to 50-50 this? Blabber is still in the Drake pit. Flyquest is still going in. Solo's after the taunts. Niski's running away. Blabber still on the Infernal Drake. Now he's going in looking to make the kick. He's able to find it onto Power of Evil, who flashes over the wall. Blabber's going to be the first kill of the fight, and Ignar's going to join him. It's a 1-for-1 here so far. Cloud9 with low health bars having to run themselves away. Turtle walks a little bit too close. Nearly eats the damage from that barrel. Down to 1/3 HP here on the Senna. Solo over the wall, trying to clear away some of this vision, trying to get back now and reposition himself. If he goes back to base, he does have teleport to rejoin the fight. Remember, Cloud9 has no jungler. Santorin has his flash and his smite ready to go. Sven is still trying to contest this. Niski is still trying to contest this. Power of Evil has the ulti, and Power of Evil makes sure it happens. Sven's cut down. Turtle grabs the kill, and Solo is once again hunting down the cat. The dragon is secured by Flyquest. Santorin will likely die here as the cost. That's a pretty big shutdown. Solo still chasing after Vulcan. Needs a little bit more damage, but will not.
At their backs, they can just set up around Baron. Plenty of wards and look for the engage. Ignar has the faith that with a Stand United on his back, he can go for a very deep flank.
Oh, Sven, that is not the person that you can afford to lose at the beginning of the fight here, but now they're going to be able to turn things around, and Power of Evil is down. Ignar likely going to be killed off now as well. Blabber with the Sonic Wave making the play, and Blabber manages to take down the enemy support. Cloud9 have lost their AD carry, but they've killed 2 from Flyquest. Licorice and Niski are still alive, and boy, do they deal a lot of damage. Wild Turtle nearly killed off instantly there, as Drake demands a team fight. It is the sacrifice before the god of neutral objectives, as Cloud9 do not want to allow Flyquest to just take this one away for free. Flyquest with that Infernal Soul will be able to potentially make some burst damage happen. Santorin's going in, trying to use the ulti to buffer away from the Zoe sleep. Licorice on the front line. Ignar's likely going to be killed off here. Blabber goes in. Instead, he's going to be the one to die. Everybody from Flyquest still alive. Licorice at 1/4 HP. Sleepy Trouble Bubble down onto Power of Evil. Niski also below half, trying to get himself away. Solo has returned to the front lines here yet again on this Shen, making so much happen, being the meatball for Flyquest. Elder Drake at 2/3 HP. It is the jungler dead yet again on Cloud9. There is no 50-50. There is no smite contest. It would have to be a Zoe, but it's not going to be anything. It's a kill onto the Elder Drake. It's a kill onto Sven. How?
The trifecta for the second time in this series.
Oh my goodness. 1-5-1 on Sven's Ezreal. I have to be...
The mid lane of Summoner's Rift.
Let's put the brakes on the parade. They still have to kill the Nexus. I don't know if it's time for the fanfare and fireworks here just yet. It's still a 3,000 gold game. Cloud9 still have inhibitor turrets standing, and of course, as soon as I say it, the bottom one just falls apart. And Flyquest are pushing into the C9 base. Massive minion wave in the bottom lane doing work onto the inhib. Flyquest playing this patiently, trying to make sure they're not overcommitting to anything here, giving Cloud9 the opportunity to go in and make a play. Keep your eyes on Blabber. He's got his flash ready to go. He's got his kick ready to go if they initiate on their own terms. Santorin there on the front line here, making sure he's the one soaking the skill shots, not giving Lee Sin a path into the back line. Wild Turtle escaping away from that paddle star that was headed towards him, not too worried about that. One inhibitor remains. Flyquest, if they take this one down, they doom Cloud9 to an eternity of super minions flowing into this base. Well, more like 5 minutes, but that feels like an eternity. In those kinds of situations, man, it feels so bad. Cloud9 have 1.5 Nexus turrets remaining. Cloud9 are one team fight away from going to the loser's bracket. Flyquest are this close to qualifying for Worlds. Nexus turret number 1 is gone. Cloud9 must make their defense here. Wild Turtle could be the target. Ignar goes into the ulti, but Cloud9 disengaged well enough that Ignar does not want to overcommit underneath that remaining turret. All 11 turrets on the Cloud9 side have disintegrated. The ulti comes through from the Senna. Flyquest will focus the Nexus, and Flyquest are your first North American team going to Worlds 2020.
Congratulations to all of the players, to the organization.